Happy week 10 of the NFL season. Wow, the season's just moving along and moving along. We ain't got too many more weeks left, so definitely gotta appreciate it while it's here. Football is here only for a limited time, and then we're out of football for months and months at a time. So, while it's here, we're gonna appreciate it. Also, today was the NFL trade deadline. A lot of big names end up getting moving, a lot of movements around the league. I'm going to talk about those movements and the respective teams that they're on and talk about the success they could have or maybe not have. Also, during the show, I'm going to give you some money line picks. I'm going to go through each game, give you some leans, to talk about some players that I think is going to perform and underperform in this game. And then, like always, hopefully you can use this information and make a winning parlay, get a winning ticket, and get some of those big purchases coming up. I know Black Friday's around the corner and Christmas is almost here, so let's get some wins. Let's get some winning tickets so we can buy some of our loved ones a bunch of gifts that they like. So without further ado, let me jump into the Week 10 card. First game on the card is Thursday Night Football, the Raiders versus the Broncos. Of course, I'm going to go with the Broncos. The Broncos are at home. Definitely a more stronger team. Got the strong defense. And this Raiders offense is just boo-boo. You know, I know Brock Bowers came back and he really changed the trajectory of that team, really elevated the ceiling of this team. But this team also traded away Jacoby Myers. So they're going to be leaning on some young receivers. We know that the Raiders' offense go through their tight ends. So, I can expect a big game for this Broncos defense. Who knows, man? Given how Geno's been playing, this Broncos defense might even score a touchdown. So, would not be surprised with that. See the Broncos run away with this in convention fashion. Don't have to second guess this one. This next game, wow, we're going international again. I don't really like these international games. They start too early, and it's just like you gotta wake up early. It's all coming off a Saturday, trying to enjoy your weekend, and you got some good football game coming up. But come on with these international games, man. Like we don't want to wake up this early. But let's dive into the game. This is gonna be a tough game. The Falcons and the Colts. Two tough teams and two good teams. Speaking of recent trades, the Colts end up getting Sauce Gardner. I feel like they overpaid for him. 2 first-round picks. It's too rich. Maybe they would have gave up a second and maybe a conditional fourth. I would have been okay with it. But they traded away 2 firsts and a receiver, A.D. Mitchell. He wasn't really doing nothing in the first place. But yeah, that's the newest toy on the Colts. This is going to be a tough team. They're coming off a tough loss where they had 6 turnovers. You expect the Colts to bounce back, but the Falcons also, coming off a tough loss where they lost by 1 point. Hopefully their kicker can, Parker Romo can muster up some confidence and, make some of these basic extra point kicks. But, I'm going to end up taking the Falcons with this one. But this is going to be a close game, in my opinion. Falcons defense is tough, and their offense can go toe-to-toe with anybody, in my opinion, if they're clicking on all cylinders. Last game, Drake London had the hat trick. Bijan didn't really have a great game as well. So I think Bijan shows up in this game. And I expect the Falcons coming on top, but this is going to be a close one. Next game, oh my God, this is going to be a close your eyes and maybe even burn them off. The Browns versus the Jets. This game is going to be hot garbage, hot doo-doo, but gonna take the Browns. Jets had a fire sale this trade deadline, seemingly to get rid of all their defensive pieces. So I don't even know who they got left on defense. It doesn't really take much to stop the Browns anyway. But I think if Jugs is back, Kushan Juggins, I know they're coming off the bye week, so hopefully he got a little healthier. Um, but yeah, if he's playing, definitely taking the Browns. But this is gonna be an ugly game. It's gonna be a close game. Definitely probably would look towards the under. But yeah, this is gonna be a nasty game. I'm gonna take the Browns just because the Jets been trading away everybody. Don't know what the confidence level is in that building. Don't want to know what the locker room is like when you got a lot of newcomers coming in that building, and it's seeming like they're trying to change the team around. Whereas the Browns, coming off a bye week, had a chance to recenter, refocus. Not that they're going anywhere, you know what I'm saying, but this defense, this Brown defense is way too tough. Don't know if Wilson's coming back. And then like the Jets, they got a new toy, AD Mitchell, new receiver. But this team never really been good. And like I said, I would never take the Jets to win a game. And they're playing the Browns, tough defense, good run game. Give me the Browns. Next game, got the Saints versus the Panthers. Give me the Panthers. Rico's been cooking. Just feed Rico the ball. Bryce, just stay about the way. Just stay out of the way. Just give Rico the ball. That's all you need to do is give him the ball every play. You know what I mean? Maybe a pass here and there, but come on, this is the Rico revenge tour. And I think he's gonna have another big game. Expect another 100+ yard game. Yeah, might even give you another two touchdowns, but definitely over 100 yards for Rico Dotto against the Saints. Saints can't really do anything. They gave up a big game to Kyron Williams. And the Saints, this is another dumpster fire team. I think they're trying to rebuild. If not, they need to rebuild. They wasn't big sellers at the trade deadline. I know Alvin Kamara was digging deep in his trenches, talking about he don't want to go nowhere. But this team would have definitely been benefited from moving some pieces. Oh, now I think about it, they did move on from Raheed Shaheed, so that's another potent offensive weapon that they're not gonna have. So yeah, this is gonna be another ugly game. Maybe look towards the under again if the Panthers just don't straight up just dog walk them. Expect a big game from Rico. Next game, Patriots versus the Buccaneers. I'm a believer in the Patriots. I'm believing the Patriots are going to take them, even though the Buccaneers is coming off a bye week. But they've been hurt. I'm not sure if Bucky Irvin's coming back. If Bucky Irvin comes back, definitely is going to change the game. But they still a lot of their receivers are still out. But Emeka Ibuka, he's still there. So Baker, he's still there. So they're definitely going to sling that ball. But the Patriots got a strong defense, and I think the Patriots might be the best team in the league right now. So give me the Patriots to win this game. Next game, Ravens versus the Vikings. Give me the Ravens. I think the Vikings got lucky last week beating the Lions. Still not a believer in JJ. Had a low passing game. I think he had less than 150 yards passing. And the Ravens is getting healthier. Lamar is back. This Ravens team is trying to push for that 1 seed, which is very attainable in that division. So I think the Ravens are going to run the table. And I think they're going to run away with this game as well. Next game, Bills versus the Dolphins. No need to guess. No need to look further and do deeply and deeply analyze anything. Like they're playing the Dolphins. The Dolphins is ready for the season to end. The Bills is rolling. They're trying to keep up with the Patriots. So the Bills are definitely in the win now mode. Like I said, the only thing that scares me with the Bills, they don't really have a legit threat at the right receiver position. But that run game is lethal, and their run game is lethal, and they're playing the Dolphins. So expect another big game from James Cook and Josh Allen and them boys. Next game, Giants versus the Bears. Now this game could be surprisingly closer than a lot of people or might expect. Um, Bears just don't have any DBs. Most of them are hurt. This team does get takeaways, but I'm afraid if this team doesn't get takeaways, this team's not really going to perform well. They had that explosive game against the Bengals where Ben Johnson was looking like an offensive guru and like a wizard out there calling up all these plays. But I'm gonna go against the grain. Chicago Bears is my team. Spoiler, but I'm gonna have to go with the Giants on this one. We know that front line for the defense for the Giants is stellar. Brian Burns and Dexter Lawrence and a dual Carter. I think they're gonna get after this Bears front, even though they heavily invested into that. I just think they stopped that run, and once they stop the run, I think the Bears is gonna struggle. Caleb, he's been showing something this season, but he definitely still needs a strong running game to offset some of the things he be doing on the offensive side of the ball. So give me the Giants on this one. Think they bounce back in the win column, and sad to say it, man. Dang, my Bears probably gonna lose this game. Next game, we got the Jaguars versus the Texans. Don't know if C.J. Stroud. Well, this game depends on the health of C.J. Stroud. He got knocked out early in that first half, the last game against the Broncos. If he's back, give me the Texans. If he's not, if it's Davis Mills, this game's gonna be close. The Jaguars got a brand new toy and Jacoby Myers. Let's see how he's blending with the offense because BTJ might be out. He got hurt last game. We know Travis Hunter is on IR. So this Texans is a tough defense. And I just don't, like I said, Jags is an average team. Don't really see them doing much. So I want to go with the Texans. Want to see the health of C.J. Stroud. But for the sake of this show, I'm going to go with the Texans. Hopefully C.J. Stroud is back. But yeah, Jaguars is an average team, and the Texans got a strong defense. Next game, the Battle of the Birds. We got the Cardinals versus the Seahawks. This is Jacoby's team now. Jacoby Brissett been playing much, much better. Looks like Kyler Murray might have to find somewhere else to go. Maybe he goes to baseball. You know what I mean? Because not looking like a NFL quarterback that can go through his reads and hit his best players. Like last game, Marvin Harrison Jr. had a career game with Jacoby Brissett. So Jacoby Brissett just moves the ball better than him. So this is going to be a close game. Don't get it wrong. I still got the Seahawks winning this one just because their defense is tough, and Sam Darnold looking like the real deal. He was looking good in Minnesota. I know Minnesota probably wishing they would have him back. So. And they just got a brand new toy. They got Rashid Shaheed, the Seahawks. So, this passing game is lethal. So the Cardinals definitely, want them to run the ball a little bit more. Even though they got two star running backs and Ken Walker and Cabernet. But I see the Seahawks still winning this one. They're one of the better teams. They're looking like a real playoff contender and a real Super Bowl threat. Next game, this is the Lions versus the Commanders. Of course, give me the Lions. JD, he's gonna be out. He's gonna be out for the rest of the season. Horrible elbow injury, And the Lions is coming off a close loss against the Vikings. I think the Lions look to bounce back here. So expect a big game from Gibbs. As last game, he didn't really show us anything. He was pretty locked up with the Vikings. I think he breaks out this game. So expect a big game from Gibbs. Next game, we got the Rams versus the 49ers. These two teams always play each other pretty tough, pretty close. 49ers is the more injured team. And the Rams got the best offense. So with them having the best offense, 49ers not really having key defensive players, can see the Rams running away with this game. Don't really see much problems they should have. Fred Warner, the heart and soul, he's out. I know they was just kind of just had an easy day against the Giants, their last game. But the 49ers, I just don't see them really doing much, And the Rams is a solid team all around. The offense is too potent, and the defense has enough juice to make a few stops here and there. So don't think it's going to be that close, but I don't think it's going to be a absolute runoff. So it's going to be somewhere in between, but definitely still expect the Rams to take this one. Next game, Sunday Night Football. Steelers versus the Chargers. Give me the Steelers. Give me the Steelers. I know I've been talking about Unk Nation and whatnot. I actually think the Steelers is probably a better team at home. But the Chargers is so up and down. And I'm not sure if Joe Ott's playing, and they still ain't got that running game. Kamali Vidal showed something the first couple of games, and now he's back to normal. And now they're leaning on Justin Herbert. I think they get them pass rushers riled up and get ready to attack them. So I expect the Steelers to win this game. Still think the Chargers are going to put up a good fight, but I just think that the injury to Joe Alt and that running backs is going to make the Chargers one dimensional, and Mike Tomlin is a smart enough guy to see that, and he's going to key on to their explosive players and eliminate the explosive plays. And then last game on the card is Monday Night Football, the Eagles versus the Packers. Now, this is going to be a good one. I'm excited to see this one. Packers are at home. I want to say the Packers are a better team at home. They lost against the Panthers last week, so they got a sour taste in their mouth. But the Eagles coming off a bye week, then they've been making some trades. They're always making trades. Howie, he's a great GM. So I'm going to have to roll with the Eagles with this one. Hopefully Jalen Hurts comes ready to play, and Saquon Barkley's feeling, a little bit better. So I'm going to have to roll with the Eagles with this one. But that is the Week 10 card. Let me know in the comments what y'all think. What am I tripping on? What I went right at? Just give me some general feedback. But this is the Week 10 card. Hopefully you can use this information the way you see as fit and make a winning parlay. So let's get this money and stay blessed. Peace.